It's pardon me, it's a privilege to be here tonight. Very sad privilege, but a privilege nonetheless. And thank you to Sylvie and thank you, Saffron, for having me. Most of the people in this room knew Alan for a lot longer than me. I was one of his newer friends. But he was my business partner, and I sort of got to see him in all sorts of situations. And I've got to start by offering the greatest accolade that an Australian can offer anybody, which is that Alan was a good bloke. He was just a good bloke. Yeah, and it's very difficult, you all know, it's really difficult to define what that means. It's really hard. But he was like the ultimate good bloke. For those of you that don't know that expression, it basically means someone who's not evil, they know a joke, and they like beer. That's basically it. But it goes a bit deeper than that. And Alan really personified that whole good blokedness for me. This is very personal, from the heart. So, firstly, the thing that really leaps out at me when I think about Alan, and how ridiculous is it that we're having a piss-up for Alan without Alan here? I mean, it's just nonsense. It's terrible. But what springs to mind first about him, about my friend, is that he was incredibly kind. He was a kind person. And kind doesn't mean weak. It just means kind. He treated people well. And all the things that I got to know about Alan, that's the one when I was just thinking before about what I could say, and Sylvie's heard me say it before. This is a kind person in a world that desperately needs kindness and kind people. So we've lost a gem. We've lost an enormous asset in an incredibly kind bloke who kept us all grounded. Me anyway, yeah? I can only talk for myself. So that's the first thing that sprung to mind. It's just a very kind man. The second thing is about music. So I was traditionally a blues man. I used to spend half my life in the Jaya pub in Tamron. And I occasionally would listen to AC/DC or the Stones, right? And Alan convinced me, and through bitter experience, through taking me around and visiting clubs and going to concerts, that there was more to life. More to life than the Jaya pub. In fact, he advised me to stop going to the Jaya pub. He said it's very bad for you. So the only thing I'm going to read tonight is just to show you the effect that Alan Llewellyn had on this displaced person who only liked AC/DC and blues. So and Alan is totally to blame for this. I'm now an active member of an organisation arranged by two people, Ali Alatas and Sam Alatas. And the organisation is called, and I've got to read it because I can never remember the title, the Industrial Gothic Dark Deep Electro EBM Synth Pop Dark Wave Dread Music Group. I'm an active member. And who have I got to thank for that? Alan, your dad, Saffron, your partner, Sylvie. They led me astray at an advanced age, I've got to say. And the third thing is that I would like to mention is that Alan was my business partner, and I couldn't find enough good words to say about him as a partner, as a business partner. He was exceptional, and I thought I knew everything. You get to a certain age and the age you get to is like 16, and you immediately think that you know everything. And I thought from the age of 16 for another 50 years that I knew everything. And Alan made me realise that I knew absolutely bugger all, really, about business and about how to treat people and about how to develop ideas and so on. He was exceptional. He was an exceptional man, and I'm going to miss him every day of the rest of my life. He's just a good bloke, and I feel very, what's the word? I can't think of the right word, so I'll use privileged again. I just feel privileged to have known Alan like the rest of you. He just was a bright light in my life. So I didn't bring my beer with me, but I think hold on. Cheers. Raise your glasses to the passing of a really good bloke that should have outlived all of us. Cheers.